Namaskaram. Darpan Foundation welcomes you to this evening, Upanishad with Guruji Nandkishore Tiwari. As you all know, today is Navami, an auspicious day for seekers to come together. In our tradition, asking questions has always been encouraged. The word Upanishad is made up of two words, Upa and Nishad, meaning sitting beside Guru. India has always been a land of seekers. Traditionally, seekers looking for knowledge would sit beside Guru and ask their questions. And that is the very essence of this evening. I am sure we all have a lot of questions. Please feel free to ask your questions at the end of the session. Before commencing the session, let me take this opportunity to share Guruji's vision and Darpan's journey so far. Darpan's vision is universal and divided into 4 sections and can be visualized as a blooming flower with 4 petals, each petal signifying body, mind, self, and soul. When we say body, it does not limit to the human body. It includes the environment around us. We cannot ignore or deny that the surrounding elements like air, soil, water, all affect our well-being. Darpan's natural farming module is an initiative and a movement to bring back purity in food by growing chemical-free grains, pulses, fruits and vegetables in the natural way. We have farm initiative programs like Each One, Reach One and Sponsor a Field. Through these programs, individuals like you and me and corporates, through their CSR initiatives, can engage with Darpan. For those of you who want to know more, please connect with our volunteers at the registration desk. Mind relates to the various activities we do. Just like the body, the mind also needs pure food. To nurture the mind, we have programs for various age groups, namely Ignite Self, Life Touching Life, Teenage Sessions, etc. Ignite Self is about self-transformation and recognizing the highest potential in you. Life Touching Life encourages children to look at life from a different perspective through stories and activities. Teenage Sessions enable young minds to step out of their mindsets and explore reality. Pure Food for Self is about empowering people to make the right choices. Our proposed Gurukul and Skill Development Center is about access to education and knowledge. It is about exposure to the right way of doing things. Livelihood versus living. Pure Food for Soul is beyond explanation by words. It has to be experienced. It relates to individual transformation from consumer being to divine being. And this is possible by reordering our misplaced priorities in the right order. Our path, Sahaj Smriti Yoga, brings about this possibility in everyone's life. Let us view a short presentation on Darpan from inception to inauguration and the journey till date. The Bij mantra behind all our activities, spirituality. Why spirituality? Guruji says, any social initiative can be sustained only by transformed individuals, and spirituality brings about this transformation. Now about Guruji. The word Guruji to me evokes a feeling of homecoming. His persona cannot be introduced in the true sense. Yet, I shall make a humble effort. Guruji Sri Nandkishore Tiwari is an extraordinarily simple person. He has been a professional journalist, editor of leading newspapers. He has been awarded in multiple fora, and he is a grahastha, a family man. Through Sahaj Smriti Yoga, he has devised the simplest path to make spirituality amenable to family persons across the globe. As a family person, Guruji is removing the veil of time that conceals the continuity of the eternal Guru Parampara. Guruji is constantly infusing elemental divine vitality in the Guru-Shishya relationship and in the primacy of character. Guruji established Universal Forum for Human Dignity in the year 2002 and Darpan Sahaj Smriti Yoga Ashram at Urigam in the year 2018. Darpan Ashram is a place created to make amenable and replicable to all willing human beings residing on earth. This place may prove to be an opportunity for an avenue to open up in one's existence and identity, which will lead to knowing how one's body, mind, self, and soul attains to its ultimate potential. For those who travel with an open heart, the possibility to experience too travels towards them. And I hope that today is the beginning of such a journey for you. Today, Sheetal Shah will be conversing with Guruji, a former sub-editor with Rajasthan Patrika and New Indian Express. Sheetal has had a long-standing association with Darpan. By profession, she is a freelance writer, anchor, and a voiceover artist for many documentaries and audio-visual presentations. Many of us have heard her or seen her on All India Radio, Doordarshan, and Chandana TV. So as Guruji says, let us sit in unison, restore purity, and explore reality. Now I invite Guruji and Guruma to light the lamp and commence the session.
So, Namaste Guruji. Welcome all. First of all, happy Ram Navami. What a day today. Ram Navami. Friends, let me confess one thing. I really do not know whether I qualify in any means to sit here and even converse with him. Because they say when you have to converse with someone, you need to have some kind of a qualification. In all humility, Guruji, I'm just representing all the souls here sitting and just asking and trying to get whatever we can, the pearls of wisdom from you. So let's begin. Let's clap it up for Guruji because he's sharing his time with us and sharing the knowledge which is going to be really precious. I'm sure the next 60 minutes to 70 minutes is going to make a difference. So Guruji, let's start with this, that it's Ram Navami. Lord Ram. For each one of us, I'm sure he is a different person. For some, God. For some, the perfect human being. For some, epitome of all divinity in human form. Guruji, first thing is like, From your perspective, we'd like to know, who is Ram?
Akhandamandalakaram vyaptam yenu characharam tatpadam darshitam yenu tashmai Sri Guruve Namaha. I am happy to see you all here, and my pranams to all of you, and I bow down to the feet of divine in you nestling there. I hope this dialogue between us happens in the same spirit. So I will tell 2-3 things about what are the qualities of a speaker and what are the qualities of an audience. So we begin on the same page. As a speaker, one's diction should be right, and one's grammar should be right, and one should have knowledge. 2, I definitely do not have. Neither my diction is what it should be, nor I am expert in grammar. So I am not a speaker. Now comes the third element. Knowledge is only with the Guru. So I am not knowledgeable either. But the grace of Guru is always there with the disciple, and that knowledge percolates down to us in that spirit. So yes, I say my Guru is very gracious, that his compassion always comes through and it reaches to the thirsty hearts. Now as an audience, you people are perfect. What is needed in audience is that it should be, first of all, it should have right mind, Sundar mind, the beautiful mind. Then it should have seal, Shumati and seal. It should have seal, that means good character. Sushil, Suchi, that means it should have that cleanliness of heart. And fourth element is it should be interesting in exploring one's own eternity, that is divinity. So these are 4 qualities. Now let us begin this. See, today is definitely a day that at one point of time whole humanity celebrated it. But now at least the Indians, wherever they are staying, it is definitely there in all over India, but wherever Indians are staying across the world, they carry this Ram with them. So Ram, when we say, it means different things to different people. But to begin with, we say that where from it, we know the Ram as we know through Ram Kathas, so many Kathas. So Ram Kathas, it begins with Mahadev. He is the first creator of Ram Katha. Ramas, as we say, eternity when it incarnates. So that at what time it was Treta Yuga, all that we leave to astrologers. It is their job. But as a seekers, we consider any divine form as eternal. So this eternity, who can impart? The one who is eternal himself. So Shiva, the meaning of the word itself is eternal. So it begins from the Shiva. He had it in his heart and was looking for an avenue, because you tell certain story only when there is somebody asking. If there is no seeker, Guru will keep mum for always. There is no need. What is the point in speaking?
True.
When nobody is asking for anything, so it is his wife, consort Parvati, who asked first. Then he narrated it. And from their own words, it reaches to various people. So on earth we say now that it is the Valmiki, Rishi Valmiki, the first one, who gave it in this age. Otherwise, then if you go start counting in time, you will be goofed up. You will goof up. That whether this one first, August first or Valmiki first, all this will lead you towards a direction which is not required. So we say that yes, this is it, that we know Ramayana from Valmiki and how it happened. He was meditating, and by meditation he reached to a stage where he was finding no worth in speaking. So he was staying on the banks of Tamsa river, and his disciples were there, or associates were there, where they were looking every day, now he will speak something, now he will speak, but he was not speaking anything. So one day while he was taking bath in Tamsa river, then he saw two birds were copulating, crouch pakshi they say. So one hunter came and he killed one of those. So suddenly he was touched so much deep within that something came out of his mouth. And that is called the first poem. He described what is happening there. So that thing became, when this came out, then he said that it must not be meaningless. There should be, after so much tapas, if something has come out of my mouth, that means it must be something that I have to explore, what I have spoken, because it came in a meter. So out of that slok only, he wrote the whole Ramayana. So that is from where others also got it, and they started writing in their own experiences, whatever it came. So it has to be always through the experience. That whatever is one's experience, to that alone the Ram is for everyone. So we have to see Ram in that fashion, in that style, that it is the eternity. So in every heart, the God is there. So everybody has one's own Ram Katha. So Ram is not limited. When we limit it to a person, it is not. It is the attributes. Because Sanskrit is such a language which is attributive language. It tells attributive thing. If we see Ram's meanings, so many things. Most soft thing is called Ram. Most harsh thing is called Ram. So anything opposites, all are collapsing into Ram. So Ram is that combination in the human being which carries eternity within. And this is the virtue of this land. Here, human beings are transformed into divine beings by gurus, and divine beings are transformed into human beings by the women of this country. This has been the power of the mothers of this country. So, Ram, eternity, so many forms. They take when somebody does so much tapas, so that somebody comes and upholds those values in every time. Every time deserves somebody who upholds the value which are needed for the humanity.
Right.
So Ram represents us that. The values, because the Ramo Satya Parakramaha means that the one who has truth inside and has courage to uphold that. Because truth everybody can know. It is not a difficult thing to know for a soul. Difficult thing is to uphold that truth.
Right.
So that is Ram for us.
Absolutely, so beautifully explained. In fact, in this short span, he is trying to put everything together, like what our motherland stands for, and we are so rich in these human values. Even divinity comes here to teach us lessons which we are taking for eons of time, right from, let's say, Treta Yuga, as you said, to Dwapar. Okay, we don't get into those yugs, but right now, at this moment, this time and place where we are in, there are certain characteristics, certain values which we still do follow. And we do know that Lord Ram has lived a couple of principles, lots of things, and one dimension which comes out is his spirituality. Such deep-rooted spirituality. So even now let's talk about it this way, Guruji, that of course, we do know spirituality is important, but in today's time, the way we are with so much of information that we do not know what exactly spirituality stands for. I'm sure all of us will agree it's a very loosely used term now, but with humility we ask you, can you explain to us what the term spirituality means actually?
See, we have to see it this way, that spirituality is our facing the challenges of daily life with wisdom. Then contrast it with materiality. Otherwise, how will it make sense? And materiality is facing the daily challenges with intelligence. So this is the difference between spirituality and materiality. Materiality, if you are facing your daily challenges, because you cannot run away. You have to face. But whether you are facing with wisdom or you are facing with intelligence. So intellect is common between both. When it comes into play in life and you actually have to implement it. But intelligence and wisdom, the difference between the two, makes one material and another spiritual.
Right. So for a common person, now let's say I don't even know, or maybe my child wouldn't even know whether he's spiritual or no, but he's doing his task and everything properly, correctly, with balance of intellect and emotions. So in which dimension do you see spirituality, or is he in the spiritual dimension? Let's put it that way.
See, knowing, your basic question is how to know that whether one is spiritual or not.
Yes, yes.
So, there are two views. In whole world, whole creation, only two views are there. There is no religion's problem, no East-West problem, only it is the problem of the vision. So one vision says that we are innately divine and we are a soul who has taken a form of a human being or any being, even inert being. Some ways they say that even inerts have soul, and that is correct also. So one vision is that says we are essentially divine being, soul, eternal, never dying. And another vision says no. We are material being, maybe we evolve to become something eternal or immortal, maybe, but so this is the contrast between the two.
Right.
Things. All whatever is happening to the human beings is in between. Some people, those who think they are spiritual, they take the course of intelligence and they turn out to be materialists. Then they come back when they realize their folly. Then they come back to this and then they try to correct themselves and put themselves to the right path. So knowing whether one is spiritual, if you assume that you are a soul and walk on that path,
right,
then you are spiritual.
Right.
If you are this first idea, because priority, as is written in this booklet, you people have noticed, that it is not about forgetting priorities. It is about forgetting the order of the priorities.
Okay.
So most of the spiritual beings, they also make this mistake. That the first assumption, and if you see, there have been dialogues from the years. This has been the country of people who ask questions.
Right.
So anywhere, if you look at the dialogue, what happened between Sakuntala and Dushyant, when he said that he was not saying openly that I remember you. He wanted her to prove her credentials.
Right.
So she says, because whenever it comes to wisdom, it is mostly women who prevail and teach men that this is what wisdom is. This is what. So she told in one sentence that if you do not speak the truth, then your head will break. The same dialogue happens between Yagvalk and Maitreyi. She is about to question the soul. Then he says, Maitreyi, before you ask, I tell you, if you ask this question, your head will break. Now, it is not so that physically your head will break. Head will break means you are asking, which question we call that this is ati prashna. This cannot be asked. Because when you ask whether soul is there or not, then who is asking the question?
Right.
So you demolish the root. So this question cannot be asked. Otherwise, it will lead to materiality.
Absolutely.
So the idea, how to know that whether one is spiritual or not, if one is firm on the idea of soul and walking on that path. It is not that you close your eyes and sit and I know I am a soul. It is not going to do anything much to you.
Okay.
If you are a soul, you have to behave in a soul conscious manner.
Right.
That yes, If I am a soul, so is the other one.
Okay.
Then our behavior with the other should be as it is with us, ourselves. So if you are saying I am this, and you call yourself follower of the truth. No, if I do not remember a slok, I have 10 times I can remember, I am ready to say no, I do not remember. Are you people going to punish me for this? I may forget. What is the big deal in it? So that way you should be open with people as if you are sitting in your family. Nobody is somebody else, your ego is going to be hurt. Nothing like that.
Absolutely.
When you speak the truth, then only people are ready to accept at least person is saying something what is right.
Right.
So we have to be, if we are soul conscious, then we have to behave that way. So behavior is the important thing which will tell one whether one is spiritual or not. Nobody outsider is needed, that there is a lens that somebody is taking a pick at you and telling, look, you are not spiritual. Everybody, if you are a soul being, the only thing can be one doesn't know, another knows.
Absolutely.
But there is a none who is created is not a soul. All are spiritual or are soul. Only thing is few only know, and that has been described in all the discussions wherever happened between, because all the discussions happen in this country between guru and disciple.
Right.
Until that relationship is not there,
Right.
1,000 books and discourses you attend and do will not change anything. That relationship has to be there.
So if I continue with the same premise as you're talking, Guruji, like as a disciple, as a seeker, I ask you, I may ask you this way, that as a layperson, I wouldn't even know that, as you said, spirituality is a constant, it's evolving, it's movement, it's dynamism. So how do I know whether I'm in the right path? Am I moving in the right way? Am I evolving? Is there any GPS in that spiritual dimension to know that am I going the right direction or the right speed? How do I know?
See, first your parameter should be in the right place.
Okay.
What are the requirements of a spirituality?
Okay.
There are 3 requirements. One is a human frame is needed. Another is inclination to the divinity.
Okay.
And third is proximity to a guru. If any of these 3 is missing, then the circle is not complete.
Okay.
So, if your instrument are not at place, then if you want to that, you do not, suppose you have inclination. Human frame we all have, that's why we are sitting here.
Absolutely.
So one thing is there. Another is if you are looking at anywhere, mean you are trying to look it through books or through discourses or through anything, that means some inclination is also there.
Right.
Now that inclination should not go haywire, for that you need a guru.
Okay.
So that is the first GPS.
Okay.
That somebody who knows, that only can become the medium for us. And what is a guru? He is not teaching well. A guru doesn't teach you anything. Teachers are of the subjects, and divinity is not a subject.
Right.
So gurus are just flickering lamp. If we are open, we see ourselves. They are like an enlightened mirror, you could say, where if you go clean, you see your own image and make the corrections in yourself, that this is where the correction is needed. He will not say a thing. If you ask, then maybe something he'll tell you, this is like this, okay.
Right.
But these 3 things should be there, then only the question of mapping comes. So journey doesn't begin if guru is not there. If anybody, this I say for sure. Before reaching to my guru, I was knowing everything. He didn't teach me anything. But nothing was working. It is as if the body is there, but there is no life in it.
Okay.
So facts, and because before guru, when we are there, we try to move from facts to truth. In Sanskrit, we say tathya se shatya ki yatra, which is for material world. For guru, that is journey is other way around, satya se tathya ki or, because facts you can arrange only through intelligence, not through wisdom.
Okay.
But truth has to come from the wisdom. So when you see the facts in the light of truth, then only they are seen the way they are. So we call it as it is. Otherwise, if we are going through the facts, then it is like, you know that narrative very well. So many people so many blind people trying to tell how the elephant looks by feeling it.
Absolutely.
So somebody is saying something and another body is saying other thing, but the whole truth is seen. So that is why we call that person Guru. And when we go there,
Right.
so we see that which direction we have to move. So to mapping will come when you find a Guru.
Right.
So we should come to how to find a Guru, such things, that what are those things that we can lead it to that.
So if I ask you, now see, let's put it this way, Guruji, that we have so many, let's put it this way, in a very common term, teachers. We have so many, we go to school, college, wherever learning centers. We do have teachers. They do teach us, they give us information. But I know I seek something which is, maybe my question could be, I don't even have words, but I know there is a question, the curiosity is there. But I want someone who could understand that unspoken, unsaid word, and yet answer that. So do you think if I find that person, he could be my Guru? How do I know I found my Guru?
First thing is, you have to, wherever you feel, you go with an open heart to anyone, and wherever you feel little bit tenderness in your heart, you feel more opened up, then attend to that satsang, go to that person, meet yourself and ask your question. Do not just fall flat on the feet. It is not right way.
Right.
You judge, even if you buy a thing for 10 rupees, you see 10 times from every angle. When you are going to offer your soul, you have every right, because you are going to hand over the valuable thing.
Absolutely.
To be shaped right way. So you have to go and ask your question. So for prolonged time you have to do satsang. When you are satisfied every way, then you say that now I want to establish this relationship. Because this has to be done. You should not be in a hurry.
Right.
But you should not run away. That is also there. Because
okay, Guruji. So we were talking about how do I know whether I found my Guru? So once I feel I found my Guru, what is the first step, my first requisite, or first thing I should do to begin with in this journey?
see, when you go to a Guru, it is very simple. There is no requirement other than being humble. That you open up yourself. That is the only requirement, so that our heart is clean, so that it is filled with that. That is the only requirement. Nothing else is required.
So let's come to our topic today, definitely, that spirituality in relationships personally and of course that professional thing. So let's begin with it, how does spirituality help me? Is it a catalyst to help me with my relationships, with my family, my friends? How does spirituality help in that?
See, everything boils down to truth. Why we call this satsang, why we call it Upanishad, why are we calling anything? Every subject, every way, if you look at a scientist, from a specialist point of view, everybody is trying to reach to the truth. So in relationship, be it in relationships, or be it in your professional field, you are looking for the truth of that profession, and here also in relationships, you are looking for the truth of the relationship.
Absolutely.
So every relationship has a boundary, a maryada, that this relationship has to flow in certain funnel. Same love you express towards wife one way, you express towards children another way, to parents another way.
Yes.
So the element is same, but what is making it different? Difference is, are we seeing it the way relationship should be? Okay. Every relationship has certain rules around it. But there is no rule for your enrichment.
Right.
So if spirituality, what is spirituality does, it's every human being, every human frame, it has a fixed frame. It has 16 kalas in it. 16 spiritual dimensions.
Okay.
So when we evolve from one dimension to another, then what happens? We start behaving from that dimension.
Okay.
So when your evolution is happening in those dimensions, so what you will do, whosoever are around you, either you will try to bring them to that stage, if you have reached to that stage where you will not fall down.
Right.
Because when you try to bring somebody up, chances are that you may also fall. So when your feet are firm in some dimension of spirituality, suppose you have reached to a dimension called Atishayini, peace.
Yeah.
Now your peace cannot be disturbed by anyone, whatever they do.
Right.
Then you have a chance, whatever things are happening in a family, suppose wife is miffed because you couldn't give some time, or she also is working and have so much professional commitments, couldn't give little more time to the children or the parents.
Right.
In the family time couldn't give. So you say, no, this is supposed to be your duty. So peace is disturbed of the family.
Right.
Now when peace is disturbed, then there is no soul relationship left.
Right.
So spirituality helps in this way that in every relationship, it lasts really so long as divinity is in it.
Oh,
and that has been verified by the lives of every saint. This question came one time before Meera.
Okay.
She was from a big family, royal family, and she found her guru in Raidas. A very socially in that ladder low at that time. You imagine those times.
Right.
And when she was sitting in satsang, so everybody started saying things about. So she counseled Tulsidas of that time. So then he gave him a long narration. He tells a whole chronology that look at the Prahlad, he left his father. Look at the Bharat, he left his mother. Look at the Gopikas, they left their husbands. So look at the Bali, he left his guru.
Right.
Which was, let me say, he was his not spiritual guru. He was his advisor as a kingly advisor. Because guru is the medium to reach guru. How can you send? That is something bizarre. So like Dronacharya and these are not spiritual gurus. These are for some.
The teachers, more of,
Guru word refers only to the spiritual.
Spiritual touch,
So he is giving those examples. So she says, you should shun everybody who is against divinity. And those same things have been told from generation in every Upanishad. That for a whole family, one person can be sacrificed. For a whole country, you can sacrifice a whole family. And for last thing which is said, which is important, for the soul, you can sacrifice whole universe. So, this is the value which all of us are carrying within and we are not valuing it. So, that is something, how it helps. If we are soul conscious, then we will try to evolve spiritually. And if we somehow reaches to the stage of love, then your family will be like no other family. It will be unique in every way. Because then where their love is, there is unity, there is everything. But hardly we consider these things. We see this a bhav and bhavana. These are very different fields. Bhav comes very far up. Bhavana is very low. It is an emotional field. Which is not bad, I am saying. It is the field difference. In some field, like you cannot row a boat on the ground. You need water.
Absolutely.
So, same way to be in bhav. Bhav is verily the another name for truth. So, there is another this, problem between audience and the speaker, especially when we are speaking spiritual matters. What happens? That Sanskrit is the only language which gives you correct way to understand the spirituality. Because same words meaning, when you go into the next level, in the 16 class, when you go to the next, same word will have different meaning.
So you mean to say English does not have the exact synonyms to explain those
words? No, not
words.
possible. You can make it understand. And you can make it experience. Some way, but not fully understandable in. Like for buddhi, medha, we have so many words. Pragya, medha, buddhi, dhi. They have different meaning. When they are not same words, they are not synonyms.
In fact, even dharam, right? Dharam. Like, it's not exactly religion, but that's what you said last time.
Yes. So, this difference is also there. So because there are 4 languages, we say Para, Pashyanti, Madhyama and Vaikhari. You and I are speaking in Vaikhari, which is spoken through lips. After that, you do not need language. So as I said earlier, that Valmiki was not speaking. So he was not speaking in Vaikhari. But it is not that he was not speaking. There was dialogue. You can't stay a moment without dialogue. Dialogue is happening inside you all the time.
Right.
Only thing you are not uttering into the words. That is Vaikhari. Then second is Madhyama, when you can transmit through mind. Then if you go a little higher, then there is Pashyanti, that you can see the things the way are. The seeing words also, as I say, it is very difficult to define the word seeing.
Right.
Once you move up, it has a different meaning. And we took it to such a height that there where we say Drashti, Drash, Drashta and Darshan, 4 words.
Right.
When they become one,
Yes.
then you move in spirituality. Then you say that I am now soul conscious. Till then, we are not there. So we have to reach to that.
Right.
So it helps in this way that if even in a family, this was a country when every village, every congregation had a guru around. There used to be a gurukul. So that was the richness of this country. So he was compassed for a life. Now this education, what it has done? Education for living and education for livelihood, they have got divorced. Earlier they were one. Your living and livelihood were not different. So when the foreign system of education came, they started pointing fingers and just led everything haywire. It is not that we were any behind in science and tech. We were so wise that we say if we start making things which are far away from nature, then it will lead to such a pollution that it will be difficult for humanity to breathe properly. And this is what we are witnessing today.
Yes.
So when we say such things, they say, no, somehow you are trying to bring the olden era. No. It is always present in eternity. When we say there is no past, no future, it is always what it is.
Absolutely.
So we are not saying go back. We are saying explore who you are, explore the knowledge and see who you really are.
Right.
So if we are progressing into that, it will help every way. In leadership it helps. See, we have 2 narratives, prominent narratives, Ramayana and Mahabharata. But they will remain meaningless until we go for a guru-shishya relationship and see from those eyes. Otherwise, our mind, whatever we are thinking, if something is suitable for us, we say, oh, this is the meaning, this is my interpretation. There is no such thing as my interpretation. It is what it is.
So, Guruji, basically you're trying to say that Guru generally looks at it in a very holistic way and try to give the truth the way it is. Is it that what you're trying to explain?
See, again this word guru, when we say, there is only one. We call it guru or we call it God. All others are frame of that. The problem in the beginning is human being have only one question. There is no other question.
Right.
One question, that is whether God is or not. That is the question. But people are afraid to ask. Or they have not reached to that courage that they should ask and find out. Because if the God is there, then nothing can go wrong. If God is not there, then what is the point? Because by God, people want different things. I am saying, when we are in a conversation, at least we have to agree on one thing. Least one thing. Otherwise, there will be no dialogue. So I am assuming that every one of us present here is considering that they are a soul being. Otherwise, there will be no dialogue at all. Because as I was saying, you will interpret it in your own way, and everybody is interpreting in their own way. So it will not make any sense. You will go with what you have come. It will make sense when we are, at least for one thing, we are on one page. Then we can go up and down and come back to the base.
Right.
So Guru, when we say, there is only, we say Akhanda Mandalakaram. That's what we say. That the one who is all pervasive. How it is different from the God, that God is invisible too. But here he says, invisible me, how can a visible human being reach? So he creates some frame, that this frame I make, that through this you can see me.
Right.
So there is no person as Guru, but without a person being Guru, it doesn't work. That is what I said in the beginning.
Right.
That before reaching to my Guru, whatever these knowledge you call or information, I was having everything. But it was not working, because the life is not, infuser of life is He.
So you say something like this, you say, Guruji, in simple ways I would like to understand. I have my mobile with me. It has all the applications, everything. But unless I charge it, I will not be able to use it. Is it something like that? Can I just kind of imply it that way?
See, again, the thing is that have we found the Guru?
Okay.
Then only it
Absolutely.
it makes sense.
Right.
Otherwise, it doesn't make.
Right.
That is the beginning.
Right.
Yeah.
So let's put it this way, Guruji. What I understood this part is like, once we have found the Guru, let's assume that we start seeing things in life, in personal life and professional life, the way things are and the way it should be. So let me come back to the same premise about the spirituality. Once it gets into our life, we get to know what it is, the truth as it is. How does it help me to proceed again? Now, we were talking about how it helps in our personal life. Let's say I am in my family, I have kids, husband, my in-laws, I deal with my workplace, my colleagues. So how does this help me again? The spirituality, the spiritual angle, the dimension, how does it help me to balance my life?
See, beginning premises, as we have written, we have been telling, that assume other divine.
Yes.
And know thyself as one.
Okay.
Essentially, we are one or none. Now, who are we referring here to the other?
Okay.
Other is basically not the other person. Other is the unknown.
Okay.
The one which is known, if you are soul conscious, that becomes your part. It is not different from you.
Right.
Like we are breathing from outside. How can we say this environment is other? Because we are dependent for our breathing on this other. So it is our own.
Absolutely.
So this is me only outside. It is nothing other there. Other is the unknown, the fearful.
Okay.
So if we have become that much courageous, that unknown we assume as divine, that is also having the same love as I am having towards me. Because what you remember, nowadays, whether in this part of India it is there or not, but in northern part, in my childhood I have seen women making Mahadev. So there, this is a thing, the activity they used to take up, that they will, from the clay, they will make those shivlingas.
Shivling.
Shivling,
Okay.
small shivling, and the whole day all the women will come and they will make, and in the evening they will put into a river or something like that. So I was curious, I said, what is it behind this? It is, they are creating God.
They're creating
Because
God.
what you do, that have impact on you.
Okay.
You are, when you are divine, whatever you do that happens, please never forget this. You are the part of the same. If you say, that's why I say, question is whether you have really realized this, that God is there. Then automatically you become part of the God. Because where can be that place where God is not, if He is there? So it is there, it has to be in you.
Right.
So if you do anything, it will be Him only doing. So why will it not fructify?
Okay.
So when people have become so low, then they will create God. So that is why I say, if you have found God, very good. If you have not found, please create God. Because without that, either ways it is not going to work.
Right.
So if you have any doubt, that is what is called that if you have doubt, your soul disappears. Sansaya Atma vinasht ho jati hai.
Okay.
So doubt should not be there. So human beings are facing 4 problems. Shok, Moh, Sandeh, Brahm. These are the 4 things. Everybody. And gurus, if we go to a person whom we are saying gurus, we should become away from this, then only you can see that this person is a guru. If he can, your shok is not removed. Shok means anxiety, because we are speaking English. Shok means anxiety, distress. Moh means ignorance, undue attachment.
Right.
Sandeh, doubt, and Brahm, illusion. These four things should go. If these things are leaving you, then you will know that, as you said, whether I am progressing or not, that yes, these things are by and by getting removed from me. Then you have reached to the Guru. Then please, if you have found something, then stick to him. Because that is how it is. So it helps in every way. Because if you are becoming soul conscious, then you will behave from that platform. And that will make others' life wonderful. And here, please, listen it very carefully. You are not for yourself. All of us are here for the other, somebody else. Our life, that is what that's why I say start loving the other. The unknown other, he is not, don't get, so your fear will go. Once your fear goes, see what happens, we can't ask question because fear is there, hesitation is there, ego is there. So we do not open up. When you are not open up, how are you going to be accepted?
True.
In families you have seen, we are often hurt in a family. Somebody husband said wife is hurt. Somebody child said parents said how dare he said so. Why we are hurt? We are hurt because you are essentially divine and somebody is saying that you are not. It could be anyone, your child, at that time you will forget everything. Because it is defying your essential identity.
Right.
So it is not in your control that no, I am so strong, I will not get hurt. No, you will get hurt. You are a human being.
So this, when you talk about ego clashes, you talk about that when it happens in among couples or family or something, is it because of that?
See, this is what I am saying, that in family what all things happen.
Right.
But how to find a solution, that should be.
Right.
You cannot ban that, no, you make some iron rules to the children. You will make him a robot. He has to be a child, wife has to be a wife. Husband has to be a husband, parents, they say things the way they should say. So, what you can do is you can evolve to handle those things. Why are you not taking that part?
How does it start? When you talk about we need to evolve, so from where does, like if I wouldn't know, how do I evolve? What is my starting premise? How do I start evolving?
See, first of all, you have to sit for some time, you have to give to yourself.
Okay.
Because when you give time to yourself, it is not a selfish time. It is a time in which you are preparing yourself better to serve others better.
Okay.
This is how you should see.
Okay.
If you are calm and composed mother, if you are calm and composed wife, you are calm and composed husband, brother, son, you will do better things to the other relative.
Right.
So sometime you give and give this clear, find yourself for sure, whether you are a soul or not. That is the first thing.
Right.
When you have found that, no, all my, whatever intelligence I possess, because intelligence also, when it is facing with itself, it has to give you right answers. Okay. Only if your mind goes haywire, then only it will mislead you, if you have attachment to. But if you are naked before yourself, it is bound to give you correct answers. So when intelligence also surrenders and tells, no, somebody's higher is there in me, I am worthy of serving that, not to order that.
Okay.
So that is the beginning. That is where our 4-way module we have said that you have to, body, nobody can, body we call it as a place. It is nothing more than a place. Then you have mind. Then you have self, and then you have soul.
Right.
So if you have come to know this, that there is something beyond mind. Mostly 99% people, I am giving a just rough, it could be more, not less. They just live till mind. They never, this occurs to them. Now even scientists have discovered, you people are from IT field mostly, teachers are here, you might be knowing. Now a German scientist, he has discovered that there is no matter. He is researching on matter and he discovered that there is no matter. Then what all is this?
Right.
So we are saying, in other words, that mind is nothing but very refined form of the matter only. So there is something beyond matter, and that is where you begin. That is we say self-realization.
Right.
So self, that is from where your journey. If you have stopped your journey till mind, then that cycle keeps continuing. Again we get mired into this material world.
Right.
And we never come to know who we really are.
Right.
Yeah.
So, Guruji, I mean, then this is very interesting. Now, you're leading me to this particular thing when we talk about Sahaj Smriti Yoga, basically. So, I think the philosophy of it, can you demystify that once again? Because this is a premise which I was looking for. That how to make it very simple and yet attainable.
See, anything which is not for all, if you look at the world, most of us are householders.
Right.
So if we say that something is meant only for secluded people who go to jungles and do some things,
Right.
then you are, I think, thinking very low about the eternity.
Absolutely.
Or God. That it cannot be of so dim-witted that it is meant only for few.
Right.
It must mean for all. So by Sahaj Smriti Yoga, as the word say, that's spontaneous.
Right.
And everywhere that spontaneity has to be there. So then only all the which 16 states they are within you, 16 conditions.
Yeah.
Then only until you have not reached to the peace, how will you even be in a position to sit quietly,
Absolutely.
to see that this is how I am.
Right.
So Sahaj Smriti Yoga is spontaneously remembering that you are divine, never forgetting that you are immortal. To begin with, these are 3 stages. Immortal, because now if I say so many things, it sounds only words.
Okay.
Because what is the difference between knowledge, information and realization? If you know something, it is an information.
Right.
If you can tell it to others with collecting facts, and it is knowledge.
Knowledge.
If you uphold it, it's realization.
Okay. So you mean to say the difference is in experience here? How I experience it and how I use it?
Yes. Upholding. Even when we are speaking something, we are experiencing. Even with information, we are experiencing.
Right.
But that is not the case.
Okay.
Thing is, which is going deepest within you, that there is no duality left.
Okay.
What I am telling you, that stands true to me, to everyone.
Right.
So in that sense we go.
Right.
Then it helps.
Okay. So I would want to know more about it. Suppose I would want to kind of get attuned to it or maybe align myself to the philosophy. How do I begin with?
So here is very simple path. See, when we say a path, please remember this, there is never ever any new path.
Okay.
There have always been the same path, same thing, only because the language changes. Because of the technology, the way lifestyle is, so somebody has to relate it.
Right.
The same thing, it has to be related in the contemporary time.
Okay.
So we call it as something new. There is nothing new. It is always same, only the situations are new we are facing. Our challenges are new. Our lifestyles are different. So in this time and space, how to relate to that eternity, that is Sahaj Smriti Yoga. So to begin, we say, first step is, have you figured out through your intelligence
Right.
that there seems to be something more to me than I know. I know something, but I do not know fully. So how to discover? Then only you will look for somebody who knows it.
Right.
So these are the stages that we say, no, that's a, either you go to some, wherever, some God or whatever you want to call it. Because when we say God, it means different things, different people.
Absolutely.
So either you are in distress, then you go. Or you want something, some ambition is, then you go. Or you are seeking something, then you go. Or you have become knowledgeable, now you want to devote something, then you go.
Right.
But it doesn't rest there.
Right.
If somebody evolves beyond that, Jnani, after that, they become sadhak. Then after sadhak, they become sant.
Okay.
When they become saint,
Right.
then only the real things, they know what Sahaj Smriti Yoga is. Till then it is not known. Those who become saints, they only can become disciples. Then till then they might be saying, we go and say, I am your disciple. But the Guru knows that abhi to bahut time hai. So discipleship is a very high stage. It is not, because after that only Guru is left. So this is how it is. Spontaneously remembering who you are.
Okay.
And beginning from there for your search, like in every field, we need somebody who knows it. So when the thirst is so deep that I really want to know, because life has a limited time.
Absolutely.
It has come with a
expiry date. Yes.
So we have to make right use of it.
Absolutely.
And the real thing is that while you are in this human frame, and within human frame, you get liberated.
Right.
And who will testify that you got liberated? Only you, when you say, now I am liberated. Then only, it is not that I say, no, I liberate you forever. That may be true, but it is not your experience. It is of no use. So when you become liberated, then you start working for the others. Then only that matching happens, which I am saying, that assume other divine and you are here for others, then only those dots are connected. Till then, those dots will not get connected. Some fear will be there, something selfish will be there, some bondage will be there. You will be considering one thing of your own, another thing for belonging to somebody else. These will keep happening. Maybe you are in a good mood. At that time, you may say, no, Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. But it is not true. It is not true. Because if that were there, then there should not have been any visa passport issues.
Absolutely, the physical boundaries.
Identities and identities, we have to walk steadily from one identity to another identity. And once you go higher, this is why the proof of the divinity. Once you go higher, all lower identities get their nestling place very smoothly, non-violently. That is where you know the evidence by yourself that you are spiritual. No identity will clash. Your identity as a family person will not clash. Your identity as a as a national. Your identity as a universal being will not clash with your being wife or mother or son or daughter. No. That is where you get the living proof of the divinity. That is why they say Param Dharma Ahimsa. That when you have reached to that stage where all identities you can accommodate non-violently, that means now you are becoming soul conscious. Now your journey is happening. And once this journey happens, once you get taste of it, once you get that it is the positivity, it is the divinity which is forever, no other thing, then there is very little chance to come back.
So Guruji, I would like to ask you this way. Now, this is absolutely, it's a beautiful premise to be. It just takes me off from, all the insecurities I have as a human being. But when I look at the real world outside, it's so ironical. It's just the reverse that is happening. I'm sure all of us will agree that every day we pick up the newspaper, and what we are seeing is just the crisis, be it identity crisis of human beings or the nations or the geographical boundaries hindering each other's peace, the so-called Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam apna jo, what we have the philosophy, what we stand for. But we are just going in the reverse gear. Why is that happening?
See, as we said in the beginning, spirituality is for courageous people. Any heroes we have seen in Ramayana and Mahabharata, those are not timid heart people. So in the beginning I said, what is spirituality? It is taking the challenges head on with wisdom.
Okay.
So people are taking the challenges, but they are not taking it with wisdom. They are taking it with intelligence, and that makes the clashes happen.
Okay.
Because that feeling for other is not there. Otherwise, why should there be anything wrong? See, all our this began with very small journey. I told tell you people clearly, one day I was looking for an apple for my son.
Okay.
And in this Bangalore city, for 4 hours I was running in the city to find an apple which has no wax on it. I couldn't find a single.
Okay. Thank you.
Then I said, you have money, but you do not have product in the market. What you need, you do not have pure food. What will your money do? Now, who will I tell that you give me the pure food? I will have to go. No, Bhagat Singh should born to the next family, not to my family. I love Bhagat Singh, but in neighborhood. You have to be at the solving problems place. So then I said, no, then we will have to produce something. He said, we do not have, at least begin from somewhere. Whatever, we can give some vegetables, pure food, vegetables to people. Few people, one family we can give. That is how many family got connected. So it boils down to, when we say spirituality, it has to come to dealing with the situation with wisdom.
Okay.
If we start feeling for the other, can there be any violence anywhere?
Definitely not.
So where to begin? Yes, you have to begin with yourself. You have nobody else other than yourself.
Yes.
If you are hiding like an ostrich, then the volcano or whatever it is coming. It is not going to, if you put your neck in the sand, it is not going to stop. It
Absolutely.
will come. So you have to face the challenges head on. And believe me, there is nothing much into it. Only truly you have to see, that's all. See as things as they are and take your stand with wisdom that this is the path.
Right.
If somebody is giving you spurious food, don't accept it. Look for the avenue.
Okay.
That no, I will eat only pure. Maybe I eat less. If you go to the shopkeeper and say, no, he is very sure that you have no much avenue because you are working person. Right. You have limited time. You can come to this shopping complex only. You can't go anywhere. And when you are ordering on some through internet or something,
yes, online,
whatever has come, you are going to consume
accept it. Yes.
So you are not going to. That is where our each one program came. That you have to come to the ashram. You have to go where your food is produced. You don't trust me just blindly. You come and see how it is produced. Absolutely. You will be attached to that. Your lungs will get the feel of the nature. At least for one day, you will be in the midst of nature. Otherwise, here in the city, what you are breathing, you know it. You even forgot that there is something called fresh air. So we have to start very small wherever we are. That I said very simple things. That start consuming pure food. As much as, you say where it is not a proportion. You say no, at least I will eat breakfast pure. Because if it is not available, pure for all the 3 or 4 times you eat, I don't know. So at least one time you begin. I will sacrifice this one if I do not get the pure food. Then you will crave for the pure food. So begin pure food, and the same way for the mind. When you go in a company, see what happens is, if you, whatever you are listening, going to your mind, it is some impact it is making. So always look only for the good food for the mind, pure food. Same way when you progress a little, then it will come. Because if you reach to the self, you will not, then your things are, you will yourself know that this was wrong and this is right. So
Guruji, you're trying to essentially say that become the change which you wish to see in the world,
no other
basically. So that is what. And so do I kind of conclude that the Darpan Foundation and what you've decided to kind of go ahead, this is what you started, become the change what you wish to see in the world. Is this a thing?
Yes, this country has been known for that only. That's why India is called the land of gurus. That we knew things as they should be. We knew exactly what we should do.
Right.
If we do what we should do, then what will happen? We will have no time to do things which we should not do.
Absolutely.
So we have nothing to discard. We have to adapt something. Absolutely. And what is this? You have to transform. If a human being is transformed. See, we transformed the land. It was a barren land. It is no big deal. But transforming a human being is a very big deal. You can teach a lion And you can put your head into his mouth and come unscathed. You can train an animal. But training a human being is toughest. And for a spiritual person, much more toughest, because he doesn't teach anything. Then how will, and he has to behave in a violent manner, can't say anything. So it becomes difficult. But if a human being is transformed, you imagine if one person is transformed in this apartment, he made this satsang happen.
Right.
One person, two person, they do such work. So when the transformation happens within, then everybody is looking for, because this universe is nothing but a drop of love. But we are so scared to accept that we keep hiding that from ourselves. No, kisi tarah somehow life is going well, it is fine. It is not going well, it is burning. And you will be coming up again, back, again and again and again. So this is how the journey is. So this life is very precious. It has been given to us with somebody's compassion. It is not earned by your karma. Please, karma theory, do not apply to it. Everywhere else karma theory is applied, but not to this. So take it if it comes, because whatever I am saying, if those sounds only words to you, it doesn't make any difference. I am saying first you make a decision whether you are a soul being or not. Right. If you have made a decision, then you have to, why have I not realized what is being a soul? Right. Then you will, slowly you will make another step. Otherwise, what happens is, this life goes by like that, and then at the end we say, ye to gaya, agli baar dekhenge kya hoga. Absolutely. So let not that happen. When life is there, kicking in you very much, please reach to your ultimate. Absolutely. Because that is how. So we say it very clearly. A guru, if any person whom we call guru, because this is the highest post I am telling. And that is why every guru will bow down to each and every particle. Because there is no other higher position than this. Right. And if you people have made me sit here, it is my responsibility to narrate you only the truth, nothing else. Absolutely. So the truth is, if any guru sitting in that position is somehow hinting that look, I am the God, look at me like that way, then he is wanting in his realization. But I am telling you another thing. If a disciple considers guru anything less than the absolute, then he blocks his chance to reach the ultimate, because he is already accepted. There is no, my guru is not the absolute knowledgeable person. Then how he is going to meet you to the absolute? Absolutely. So from disciple side, the same relationship, that's what I am saying. Relationships have rules. Every relationship. So we have to put value into it. Absolutely. So this is the spirituality, that if you know the meaning of the value and how to put it. I will give you a simple example. We go to the market, you go with the money and you want to buy something. Now tell me, the thing is valuable or money is valuable? It depends on which side you are seeing it from. Shopkeeper cannot call you and tell, give me your money. You will have to take something, then only the right will come that give me money. Absolutely. So if you are in need of something, then it becomes his right to take your money. Correct. So it is the need. So value is decided by need. Okay. This we have forgotten. This is a very simple appearing statement, but this statement is very valuable. That how the value is decided. Agree. Once we learn to uphold the value in our life, we will be transformed, our world will be transformed the day we decide that we will uphold the value at the cost of anything. That is what it says, that for the soul whole universe you can sacrifice. Such valuable thing you are keeping and you are not valuing that. That is what, when we go to a guru, we get initiated into that process. Right. That we start upholding that value which you have, immense value. So this is how it should be. In every relationship, it is that value. If you are not upholding, because you have done some good karma, so your life is going well. But what are you doing now?
So, Guruji, could I ask you one thing at this junction? When you say this is so valuable and it is so important, then, and there are so many people and the quest is there, but how come the initiation hasn't happened then? I mean, why so few people they are initiated in this path then?
This experience tells me, and this will be verified to those who are well read in scriptures also, that until and unless something moves within you, somewhere, wherever, who is the decision maker, he there until it is decided by him only. But yes, we should be receptive to that movement. From our side, our choices should be clear to us. Until he is willing to let himself known to you, initiation will not happen. We will keep hovering around there, but some ego or something we will keep thinking and we will not go there, and those things will not happen. It is he only when he is willing. But we keep quiet and no, he is not willing, so I am not going. But who is saying this? Is he who is saying this more powerful, more judgment maker than him? Have you made your effort?
No.
So people, we have to make our effort 100%. When we make it our 100%, this I am saying, you can, every one of you can verify. If you make your 100% effort, it becomes God's duty to send you to the doorstep of Guru or send the Guru to your doorstep.
So that I think it is so validating, because I had read somewhere, I'm sure all of us have heard that once the student is ready, the Guru arrives. So is it because of that? That's the same application here?
Yeah. So when you put 100% efforts, that is, if you are lacking, then he is lacking, because that is your mirror image.
Right.
So you are trusting, you are making your 100% efforts, then he cannot fail.
Right.
This I am saying, you, every one of you can verify. Every saint verified. I am telling you my story. It doesn't, until unless you say 100% you put, your Guru will be hovering around you, but you will not touch, because it is his duty.